What's going on, everyone? My name is D. Anthony with EvolutionTraders.com. I am a full-time options day trader. I've been in these markets for over 7 years. Just kind of give you a little bit of brief history about myself. I have been making technical analysis videos on YouTube for over 2 years now. I've been running my online community for just about 3 years now, and been working with traders on a day in and day out basis now for over a few years. One thing that I'm going to kind of be starting in 2023 is working a little bit more on the coaching side of the psychology aspect of what it takes to be a consistent and profitable trader. Now, it's very easy to kind of learn technical analysis. It's very easy to kind of join some sort of signals group or go to social media and look for people that are trading the hottest stocks of the day. It's easy to, draw trend lines and learn chart patterns and all of that stuff, right? That's the easy part of trading. What no one kind of tells you, or what you do here, but no one kind of really stresses, is the psychology of what it takes to be a consistent and profitable trader quarter after quarter, year after year. Now, everyone has heard that 80-90% of day traders fail, and that mantra is true if you do not understand your psychology, if you do not have good risk management, if you are a gambler, and if you are a revenge trader, and if you kind of don't understand the X's and O's, right? If you guys are into sports or whatever. I'm a big football guy, and it's always about the X's and O's, right? You can have all of the talent in the world on your team, but if the coach doesn't understand X's and O's, he doesn't understand down in yardage situations, or if you get out coached, it doesn't matter how good you are. There's a saying in sports, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And that's the same thing that goes into the markets. You have to understand that trading these markets is an open marketplace for people a lot smarter than myself. Computers, algorithms, hedge funds, people that have went to school for a very, very long time, and their whole sole purpose is to beat the other person on the other side of the screen. That person being myself, that person being you. So what we would like to do is not work against them, but work with them and take a very, very small portion of that pie as they are making their money, taking money from all of the inexperienced and unknowledgeable people on the other side of the trade. How many times have you got into a trade, what looks to be a good entry spot, to only get faked out and then start to lose money on that trade when 3, 4, 5 hours later, or maybe even the day later, it goes in your favor and you would have made a lot of money, but because you got faked out, or because they shook you out, they took your money, which meaning the people on the other side of the trade, hedge fund traders, investment bankers, professional stock traders, big, very highly leveraged, even retail traders, have taken your money only for that trade to go in your favor. So to kind of boil things down here, what we're going to be looking at is the S&P 500, kind of going over a few situations of the market over the past year and kind of see where potentially we could be heading. The SPY did close at 382.43 as of Friday. We were only down a percentage point, not even half a percentage here. But if I kind of go back here to the beginning of 2022, coming off of these highs here of 479.98, took a bit of a downturn here into this level of demand where we did have a multiple week rally. And what we are looking at here is the weekly time frame. So we had this multiple weekly dead cat bounce, never put in a higher high, but in fact was a lower high, only to come crashing down to a low price of 363, to have another multiple month kind of dead cat bounce here, rejection out the 50-day moving average, followed by a new low, followed by a new lower high, followed by what, right? So this is still yet to be determined. Are we going to start to stall, go sideways, and then finally push higher here? Or are we going to get rejected on this little multiple week, say we have a multiple week dead cat rally, to put in a new low, which is going to now be below that 200-day moving average on a weekly time frame. So let's just kind of look at the daily chart, see exactly where we stand, and see exactly what kind of levels we're looking at here and what potentially we could have working in our favor. This daily hammer candle is bullish, right? From a short-term perspective, you can see here we are in a level of distribution stuck below the 50-day moving average, stuck above the demand zone here of this linear regression, pretty much been going sideways. This has been a range bound market going all the way back to the 16th of December. So you can see here from the 16th of December, we really haven't put in a new high. We really haven't put in a new low. This has been 2 weeks worth of sideways action here. Now, until we start to close below 376 and even 374.85, I really wouldn't worry about the market going any lower. But just to kind of play devil's advocate, what is our next major demand zone here if we do start to lose these levels and take a short position? We're looking at 372 and 370. This is going to be where you're going to want to start to take those profits. Now, if we do want to make the push up, or for all of you shorter term day traders, what we're looking for is a close or a break above Friday's highs, which is 382.57. If we can get that, we've got room to the top of the range here at around 384. Just keep in mind that this can be extremely choppy waters and extremely choppy environment. This is not where you want to be pushing all your chips to the middle of the table and just saying, okay, market's going higher, it's time for the market to go up. I don't know if it's time for the market to kind of rest and have a multiple week or multiple month bounce, and I don't know if it's time for the market to kind of put in a new low. What I do know is technical analysis, and what I do know is trading psychology, and what I do know is proper risk management here. I'm going to size down a little bit. I'm going to look to pick and choose and hit my spots very, very accurately and try to do the best of my ability to kind of manage those trades from a risk management standpoint, meaning that if I have a bias and based on technical analysis, I take a good setup according to my strategy, and that strategy fails me, which every strategy will fail you, okay? You've got to get out of the trade. You've got to take the loss and kind of move on and look for the next setup. You can't try to play hero, and you can't try to guess about what the market is going to do. So all I'm looking to do is get in over that 382.5 spot. I'm looking for that $1 to $1.50 move. I want to take my profits and reevaluate the situation. We are obviously, the higher we get into the 380s, we are going to have multiple supply zones here. Okay, 386.96, 389, 390, 393. As long as we are trading below 393, it is going to be very, very choppy. Until we get a daily candle close over 393, we're not going to have any more room to run. If you want to push your chips to the table and kind of, start a little bit of a swing trade short term, 1, 2, 3 days, maybe a few weeks here, we've got to absolutely close over 393. And then our next price target range is going to be that 399.400. That is the 200-day moving average. It's not until we get back over the 200-day moving average where we can kind of take a short breath and see if we can get a bigger push up into that 406. So just to kind of keep everyone kind of keep everything in perspective as to where we are in the actual charts. This year, if you started trading in 2019, 2020, 21, if you haven't been through these type of environments, which a lot of traders have not, you really need to leave the guessing out of the business. You really need to leave your personal bias out of the business, okay? It doesn't matter if you think that we are oversold, because the market as of now is not oversold, okay? I'm just letting you guys know that the market can go down still another 6 months. The market can go down another 12 months, okay? There's a lot of economic events. There's a lot of things with inflation. There's a lot of things obviously coming into this, middle term here with the presidency and kind of seeing, what the market is going to do. Real estate market still hasn't really taken that big downward turn here. We're looking at a lot of money go into safer plays. Some of these Dow stocks are kind of holding on. Some of these consumer staple stocks are kind of holding on. Some sectors are doing a little bit better than others, but the overall market kind of doesn't really know what it wants to do. So it's not my job to try to figure out and understand what the market wants to do. It is my job to try to understand what I want to do when the market is doing what it's doing, okay? If you start to take that approach, you're going to have a much better success and win rate than trying to just tell yourself, well, the market's been down all of 2022. The market looks like it's going to go higher. I'm just going to go ahead and get long here, and I think that we're going higher. Okay, there is no thinking in the business of this marketplace. Okay, we have to simply analyze and react. Okay, understand that you want to analyze the data that's in front of you. Everyone shares the same data. Okay, I'm looking at the same chart that you're looking at, that the smartest person on Wall Street is looking at. Okay, now The only thing different between someone who is a good and successful trader versus someone who is maybe a scratch trader who kind of wins some, loses some, wins some, loses some, kind of just break evens, or a losing trader is that the smart trader and the consistent trader understands when they're wrong, and they kind of clip that situation and they exit that position and they nip it in the butt very, very quickly, versus the person who is not successful or a losing trader, or someone who is a scratch trader is what I like to call, maybe someone who, wins for a few weeks and then gives it all back. And they have a good month and then they give it all back. They have a couple of days where they win and then they kind of give it all back. That is what you call a scratch trader. You're not really losing a ton of money, but you're not really growing your account and excelling in this industry either, right? And then you have your losing traders who kind of push all their chips to the middle of the table. They have maybe 1 or 2 wins and then they just blow everything and then lose an account and then have to take months and months and months to kind of save up money and get back into the market, and they kind of repeat that cycle, right? The consistent traders are the very, very smart and disciplined traders. They trust their technical analysis or whatever strategy that they're using, and they use it to their advantage. And what that means is that they understand that if they take 1, 2, 3, 10, 50 losing trades, it doesn't matter because they're going to win over the next 1,000 trades. They understand that their strategy has been back tested enough to know that it has an edge. And that's the thing. When you have a strategy, you better damn sure make sure that you are back testing your strategy. There's hundreds of strategies out there. If your strategy is not back tested over 1,000 trades, 500 trades, 10,000 trades, and you just kind of saying, hey, well, I'm going to play with this 21 EMA. I'm going to play with, the VWAP or the RSI or whatever strategy that you're using. I'm going to play with this, but then, it doesn't work for 1 or 2 trades. And then you decide to take another trade using another strategy. You're never going to really clearly understand what you're doing wrong and how to actually fix those issues. Myself am about a 63-64% win rate trader, but even if I was a 50% win rate trader, I can still be profitable even if I'm only winning 5 out of 10 trades, okay? Because let's say, for example, I take a trade and based on my rules and strategy and risk management, I cut that trade at a $100 loss, and my next trade is a $180 win. Even though I went 1 for 1 on those 2 trades, I was still profitable. That's the whole thing. You want to remain profitable. So you don't want to risk $200 and lose $180 and then take another winning trade and make $20, but you lost $180 because you kind of let your mindset and your psychology get to you, right? So that's why this year I'm going to really be focusing on the whys. The whys. Why did you do this? Why did you take this trade? What is it going to take for you to be profitable? What exercise are you going to need to work on that's going to allow you to, free that mental equity, that mental capacity to be able to do this over and over and over 100, 200, 300, 1,000 times? Because the whole goal is not about trying to make as much money on this next one trade. The whole goal is to come in here, find a good setup that correlates with your strategy, take some money off the table, come back, do it again tomorrow. Find another A+ setup, take some money, a little bit of money, and then come back and do it again tomorrow. I hope that helps. Just looking at here, the SPY, we do have room into that 386 and 389. And obviously anything below that Friday's lows of 378 has room down all the way to 371. I hope this video helps. If you guys want more information, you guys want to, really deep dive into the psychology and how to be a successful trader and how to really understand what's going on here in front of you on the screens, definitely join the Discord and the community. All of that information is down in the description box below. If you guys want access to my courses and kind of work with me one-on-one, go to evolutiontraders.com. At the top bar, you're going to see, how to sign up and become a lifetime member. That's going to give you access to all of the chat rooms and me personally, and actually get this one-on-one coaching, right? That's what it's about, getting the one-on-one coaching. It's not really like a mentorship. It's not like, I'm going to tell you when to buy and when to sell. All of that stuff is easy. If you don't understand what's going on up here, that's going to make you react to what's going on in front of you, you are never going to be successful. It doesn't matter if I tell you to buy the SPY now and sell 20 points down the line. If you don't understand what's going on when you're in that trade, from a psychology standpoint, from a mindset standpoint, you will fail, okay? I'm trying to help people not fail anymore. Do I lose trades? 100%, okay? 100%. I lose trades every single day. Okay, but I understand that my setup gives me an edge that's going to allow me to make money day over day, year over year, quarter over quarter, so forth and so forth. Okay, I have that much trust in my strategy. I have that much trust in my risk management, and I have that much trust in my abilities to do what I can do. And I want to get everyone on that same page, because the stronger you are as a trader, okay, the more benefits you're going to be able to provide to the next person, or to your group, or to your community, or to your family, or to yourself for that matter. I hope that makes sense, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.